Okay, we'll wait a little bit for folks to hop on. Hello, hello. Like our video, share it, and tag 3 friends to join. Hello, hello. Good morning. I know it is early, but come join us. Tag your friends, share the video. Caleb and I are on here this morning to kind of officially kick off Freedom Makes Big Share fundraiser this year.
Good morning, everybody. Maybe we just introduce ourselves. My name is Caleb. My pronouns are he, him, his, they, them, theirs, and I'm the LGBTQ advocate at Freedom Inc.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zhong. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am the Queer Justice Director at Freedom Inc. here. So like I shared a little bit earlier, like just a few seconds earlier, we're on here today to talk about the Big Share, which is a part of the community shares of Wisconsin and the 70 organizations that are part of them who are doing social change and just amazing work, right? It's a day that these organizations are able to fundraise and get donations to continue to do the amazing work that they're doing. And Freedom Inc. is a part of that. So today we once again are coming to you all to ask us to, really be donating, asking people to fundraise, right? Because again, we know that nobody's gonna fund this work. Nobody's gonna fund our freedom. Nobody's gonna fund our liberation, right? So we are really asking the community to come together and to give. So during this particular hour from 10 to 11, it is one of the power hours. And what does that mean? That means that there are 2 possible prizes that people can get, right? You can get a prize of most donors and a prize of most fundraised during that hour. So we are out here today again to ask you to please help us out, right? We're really trying to get as many donors as possible and also raise as much as possible. So how you can do that is I'll drop this directions in our chat, but to donate, you can go directly to our link and I'll put it on the banner. We have our General Freedom Inc. Big Share page that you can donate directly to, or you can donate to one of our staff or supporters, volunteers who have created their own fundraising page. So on the screen, you see Caleb's fundraising page for Freedom Inc., and then you also see my fundraising page for Freedom Inc. And you can go directly to those pages and select the amount that you want to donate. You can also become a fundraising champion, right? So if you don't have right, if you're unable to give at this time, but you still want to help out Freedom Inc., share our fundraising page as well as become a fundraising champion yourself, right? So you can go directly. Again, the directions are in the chat. I just dropped it, but you can go to the Freedom Inc. Big Share page and select fundraise, and you can enter your information and you will have your own fundraising page that you can share to your networks, your friends and families and loved ones to donate directly to your fundraising page that is going to contribute to Freedom Inc.'s work. You can also invite other people to become fundraising champions too, because again, we are asking for people to not only donate but to become fundraising champions. Our goal this year is to get 1,000 fundraising champions, right? So we need your help to do that. And
Yeah.
Kate, do you want to say a little bit as to why people should donate in particular to Freedom Inc. and the queer and trans work we do, and maybe even a challenge between us to why they should donate directly to your fundraising page.
Um, yeah, thanks for giving that intro about Big Share. Sorry, I'm a little distracted at myself because my coins keep shining in the camera. Uh, I don't know, it looks good. Um, Thanks for sharing. I would say so. I'm tell. Sorry. So funding is very important. I'm going to tell you about a little bit of the services that we offer at Freedom Inc. and why funding this work is so important. Um, well, at Freedom Inc., we are a domestic violence and sexual assault advocacy organization. And donating to this work looks like us providing domestic violence and sexual assault advocacy culture in a culturally specific way and to the LGBTQ community. We offer one-on-one mentoring for folks who just want to talk, or just need space. We also queer Southeast Asian programming, and we do very specific services that you might not find out there. One, do you need help navigating a name change? Like I can help you with that. Or if you have questions about how to get access to HRT, right? Hormone therapy, what is it? We can help you navigate those things, the healthcare system, and even things like getting clothes that feel more affirming to you. We can help you with that. We actually have a love closet, which I'm very excited about. So if you or folks need things like packing underwear, um, peri- uh, period underwears, chest binders, things that like will make you feel more affirming and in your body, please reach out to us. Jean can drop our emails if you have any more questions about around our love closet. Again, that's new here at Freedom Inc. and I'm really excited about that. I know as a trans person, it was really hard to navigate these things and find these resources. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Um, Also, right now, we have a wellness grant for Hmong LGBTQ youth and adults. Um, it is very easy to apply. Um, we ask that you share with us what does wellness mean to you, and from the group of people who apply, we'll select 4 winners, and the winner will get $375, and you can use that fund as you see fit to you, and whatever wellness means to you, you can use that money however you see fit. Uh, yeah. Am I missing any of our services, John?
No, I think you've said it all. And again, right, all of this is only possible by um, right, the creation of community, right? And again, this isn't I think a lot of times, right, when we're thinking about what does the community need, um, a lot of times, right, I think anybody, everybody, right, we want to help and we want to be supportive, but a lot of times we're not co-creating with the community, and that's the most important thing. And that is something that we're really committed in doing, right, and have been committed in doing, but even more so this year in really figuring out how do we co-create with our community, right, not just around space, but even around funding, and what does that possibly look like, right? With this love closet and having it be really led and run by our community, and even thinking about these wellness grants and what does it actually mean for us to pour our money together to figure out like what is it actually that the community really wants, right? So again, we right, this work can only be possible with the contribution of you all as well as like from our community and members leading it, right, as well as contributing to it. So donate again, you can donate directly to Caleb's fundraising page, and you can see it right on the screen right there, or to my fundraising page, right? Again, it's just our fundraising page for Freedom Inc., but all the money goes directly to Freedom Inc. to support the work that we're doing. um, and again, we need you all, right? We need you all to share those pages as well as to become a fundraising champion yourself. And I'll also share this little um, graphic that Caleb made. If you need a little bit more convincing on why you should should donate, yeah. And we even got dressed up for you all today, in our Hmong clothes, right? Because we want to, right, really lead, and say, like, right, we as queer and trans, Hmong people, POC folks, QT POC folks, we are deserving of love, right? Deserving of, being able to move freely in our bodies in the world, just the way that we are, right? And to do it as loud and as extravagant as we want. So we came out here today in our Hmong clothes, right? Also came out here, with a little euphoria energy, especially with this, season 2 finale that happened. What was it? 3 days ago on Sunday. Which, by the way, Caleb, I don't know how you feel, but I was a little disappointed by that that last.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yes, spoiler alert if you have not watched the season finale of Euphoria yet. I was not happy.
Why didn't you like it?
Um
Wait, hold on. But before you go into that, again, if you're joining us just now, please donate to the Big Share. Jean and I are just here for the hour to remind folks to donate because it's Power Hour. So before you go to the ending or what you thought about Euphoria, please donate bit.ly/Caleb Big Share 2020. Sorry, 22. Yes. But yeah, go on. Why did you not like
Laura,
the
why
ending
you
of
only share
Euphoria?
yours and not my bitly? I
Okay.
every single time I make sure to share your bitly while I share mine.
Yes, but please donate. But spoiler,
Donate directly to my fundraising page, you all.
if you haven't watched Euphoria and you plan on it, you probably want to X out because I'm gonna ask John what she feels, how she feels about the ending.
I was not happy at all. I just feel like it was building up, and then I felt like it was very, like, yeah. I think the scene between, like the scene with Fez, right? And Ashtray, is that's his name, right?
Yeah, Ash.
Yeah, were really, really good. But I feel like all the other parts were meh compared to like all the episodes so far that happened.
It was a weak ending.
It was. I felt like it was a really weak ending.
I I personally feel like I don't know. I was bored because I feel like they didn't feature Jules enough in the last few episodes, and
Mm.
she's my favorite character. As a I don't know, it was just cool to see a trans person play one of the major roles in Euphoria. I also, I mean, I didn't like the ending, but I just love Euphoria because the makeup and the dress, how people were dressed, and it was just very queer. And it was
Oh,
really intense to watch, but I feel like that show was like the reality of people, and it was like really intense, and it really showed how isolated young people really are. And I don't know, it just brings me back to the work that I do. I'm looping everything back to work, and that's just like services. People have need access to services, right? I don't know. There's just so many things to talk about in Euphoria, so many layers to unpack. But I mean, it was really hard for me to watch, but it was such a phenomenal show. I
yeah.
mean, I have my critiques, but it was great.
Oh, I totally agree with all of that. I think it always takes me a while to finish each episode, and I think a lot of times I hear from people like, um right, like people say, oh well, this show is a little too much, it's not true, right? Like this isn't close at all close to reality. One where I'm all like, okay, yeah, because it's a TV show, so things are gonna be dramatized. And then at the same time I'm like, no, actually, like these things do happen, right? These things do happen to young people, right? And I totally agree with you, and I think that's why there's such a need for space, right? Services, but more than anything, opportunities for young people, right? Specifically, young, Black, Southeast Asian, Indigenous, Brown, POC young people, to really identify what is it that they want in their life, right? And how they want to see the world and build that world. Um, I think a lot of times where we always say like the young people are the future, but they're actually living right now, right? And feeling the consequences of every decision that is made today. So it is so important that we actually actively involve them in whatever planning, whatever decision there is, so that they can really, right, have ownership and um, really show us, right, their skills and the creativity and what, and also just teach us in general, right? I think we underestimate young people way too often, and they have so much more to offer. And that as adults, right, as allies, we actually have to be making space for them.
Yeah. Um, if you're just sorry, that was thanks for
Yeah.
sharing. If you're just joining us now, Zhang and I are here to remind folks that from 10 to 11 a.m. it's Power Hour for donating for the big shit to the big share. So if you donate between 10 to 11, we will get matched. So please
Well,
donate. The
not
link is
matched.
below. What? Sorry,
Sorry, not matched.
my bad.
This isn't a match hour, but there are two prizes, right? If we are the organization with the most donors, we get a prize. If we're the organization that raised the most money during this hour, right? We also get a prize. So help us get some prizes during this hour.
Yeah, so we were just breaking down Euphoria. If you have a favorite TV show or movie that is LGBTQ specific, please comment. I'm always looking for queer films to watch. And also, we're just talking about queer films right now and breaking things down. We talked a little about Euphoria. I'm gonna ask you Jean, how you thought about the series, sort of. For those who have not watched, sort of, it is a show on HBO, and it um, follows the character, a character Sebi, who is GNC. I think they're gender non-conforming, but they're going through a lot of identity crisis and discovering. It's a very great show. What were your thoughts around that? Spoilers if you have not watched it yet.
One, first off, I'm about to ask you, do you know if there's gonna be a season two?
Um,
I mean, I can easily look that up too, but I have not. I thought it was really good. One, I'm like, yes, to more Asian representation, right? Um, so I think that I love that so much. Um, yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I just loved it. I wish I could say more right now, but I don't know if I can because it was a while ago that I watched it, and right now all in my head I can think about is Euphoria.
are you still thinking about Euphoria?
I'm still very upset by that season. Oh yeah, yeah, but no, but sort of I thought it was really good. I want to hear your thoughts because you were the one who like really introduced me to the show.
Yeah, sort of. So I sort of was really okay. I really liked watching sort of. Usually when I'm watching films around like LGBTQ or like queer specific, characters, I feel like it's really hard to watch just because of some of the things that I've been through and you can see yourself in some of these characters, but also I also find a lot of shows really hard to watch because it's over sexualizing queer people, and I just feel like sometimes like it's not true. Like a lot of movies and TV shows sexualize queer people, and I felt like with this show, it was like watching like a normal family TV show. If I were watching like a straight TV show, right? Like it didn't feel like intense, and it was funny, and the humor was really dry, and also it was also really sad that you could relate to, you could laugh, but also enjoy the show. This character that they I don't know, I feel like it really captured the story of queer people being self-sacrificing folks, always being caretakers, and not really like taking their own path and journey because they're worried about those around them, right? And that's the part that made me sad. But I'm hoping like in season two, like this character kind of pulls through and like does, towards the end of the season they start doing things for themselves. So I'm excited for season two, and hopefully this character chooses their own path. I don't
Yeah.
want to say too much because it's a great show, and I think folks should actually watch it.
Yeah. Oh, I think you've said that so well. I agree. I think so often, right? As QT folks, we do a lot of self-sacrificing, right? So that we can keep family, so that we can keep friends, right? So that we can keep resources um, that is there, right? Um, and I think again that's why it's so right. Why part of the reason why we actually um, put out these two wellness grants, right? These two Hmong LGBTQ wellness grants. One for adults and one for young people, to really just think about like how do you want to take care of yourself, right? um and here you like tell me how you want to take care of yourself, and here's the money, and you do what you got to do to take care of yourself, right? um and on top of that, right, um again, like really, like I'm emphasizing again, right, really providing those spaces for folks who actually have opportunities to safely explore themselves, right, and to learn. I don't think there is a lot of that, and I think again that's why I was so drawn to Freedom Inc., to really be able to be given that opportunity, right? um and not just be able to be given that opportunity, but to also be a part of creating that space, right? And always restructuring that space so that it will fit um, folks, right? So I always think about that, and the need for spaces and opportunities that Freedom Inc. provides. And again, with that, that is why we need everybody today to be donating, right? To be donating to support the work that we're doing, right? Because again, we know that nobody's going to fund this work. Nobody's going to fund the wellness and leadership, right, of our folks. Nobody's going to be funding social justice and liberation unless it's us. So we need you to donate today. You could donate at these two bit.lys that you see on the screen. These are the fundraising page of Caleb and me that is directly fundraising to Freedom Inc. during today's big share. Um, you can also become a fundraising champion also, right? How do you do that? You go to Freedom Inc.'s Big Share fundraising page, and you just click fundraise, and put your name and your information, and you would have a fundraising page that you can really share out to folks to have them donate. And you can share with your network exactly why you're fundraising for Freedom Inc. and why they should donate.
Yeah, so we're almost about halfway through Power Hour. Don't forget to donate between 10 to 11, so that Freedom Inc. Can possibly win two prizes. And if you're just joining us, Zhang and I were just breaking down TV shows and queer films that we thought were interesting, that we liked. And so far, we talked about Euphoria, and we talked about sort of on Those are two HBO shows. So if you haven't watched them and you're interested in LGBTQ TV shows, check those out. They're a little bit hard to watch, but very good.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I guess I'm gonna ask you about this next film, Jean, because I feel like this film.
I'm like, what is this? A quiz?
No, I
I
just want to
didn't
hear
hear
your thoughts
anything.
because I want to hear your thoughts. We're here to remind folks to donate during Power Hour, and we're also breaking down what our thoughts are on queer films and queer TV shows. So I would say I want to ask you this as a person of color. What did you think about Bohemian Rhapsody? Just because there's so much critiques around the show. I mean the movie.
Um,
And I would just say there are a lot of like people were really upset about the film not really going more into the AIDS.
yeah. I mean, I think that's true. I think with any film, there's always going to be something that's missing, right? We can talk about all those critiques, but I think I want to talk in particular about one of the scenes where I'm all like, "Oh my goodness!" Like they portrayed this so well, and I believe the two of us actually talked about this a little bit, and I'm more like, they portrayed this so well, and I don't know if like in particular if cis het folks will ever fully understand this part, right, or feel it the same way as QT folks, which is the part where he was alone, like truly alone that one time in his mansion. And 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 I think the way that it was just portrayed, right? Like I think it did such a good job on like really showing the feelings of how it really feels to be so isolated as a QT person, right? To be isolated, to not be understood, and to not be supported in the way, and to not be loved, right? Or have people understand, like, right, the need for love and what kind of love and how to be loved. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I think about that scene and and it makes me really sad all the time because I think when we talk about, right, family and love and whether it's chosen family or not, right, and love and just like the complete isolation of QT folks, I don't know if people actually truly understand that feeling, right, or will ever fully understand that.
Yeah. I think we talked a lot about how Freddie Mercury was so famous in the
Hmm.
in the film, right? Like I watched. I don't know much about Queen besides what I watched and the music I listened to. So but Freddie Mercury was so famous and he was touring and everything, and I think that's what we emphasize on, right? Like, how could someone so famous be so lonely? And in that mansion scene where he was just alone, that was like it's really hard to take in. But yeah, I mean, I like Queen. I like the movie. I do think that it was a long movie, and there's no way they were going to talk about everything in that film. Um,
Hmm.
I do. I want to break down the music though because I love Queen's music, and like I said, I this is only for me watching the movie. I don't. I've never researched Queen or Freddie Mercury, but you know how like his first love was a woman, right? I think her name was
Hmm.
Emily, and he always sings a song for her. What is that song? I gotta look it up. But you know the song that he sings for her, and the crowd is singing with him, where he talks about. Sorry, I have to look it up now.
Ah,
Love of my life.
yes, I love that
Yeah,
song.
he sings "Love of My Life," and he's singing to what's her name, Emily? I don't know, his first love. But my take on that, I think that like my brother, people like my brother who are straight cis guys, he's like, oh yeah, she was his love, which is yeah, like he loved her, but I think he thinks of it like in a romantic way, like he's always gonna love her. That's his one. But for me, it's like I think she was his first love because she was the first person who saw him for who he really was as a queer person, right? And
Mhm.
that she loved him, and every time she sung to him around, every time he sung to her like "Love of My Life," I think that's what he's talking about. Like you hurt me, but like you've also seen me, and I think like every time I listen to that song, it just has a different meaning for me now, right?
Yes.
Versus like the normal air, like you would just think it's a love song.
And can I just say, this is what I love. This is why. Oh, okay. The name is Mary, not Emily.
Did someone comment that? Oh my god! Oh yeah, okay.
Shona.
Oops.
Shona.
I don't know why I was thinking Emily's. Sorry.
We about to call Shona to come up on here with us since we can't get it correct. Um, well, I was gonna say this is why I think it's right. When we talk about queerness, when we talk about queer justice, queer analysis, queer politics, I think this is part of the reason why I think it's so important, right? I think a lot of times when people think about queerness, right, when people think about LGBTQ, folks automatically think about um gay marriage, right? Folks automatically think about the right to love and all of that. And I'm like, it goes way beyond that, right? We're talking about I believe that queerness exists everywhere and everyone is a bit queer, right? Because if we don't fit into these cis heteronormative patriarchal standards, we're automatically punished, right? And and I think about specifically what you were talking about, love, right? Is that um I feel like queer people, right? QT folks, we have done shown such a good example that love isn't just around romantic love, right? Um, and that family isn't just around like having this like traditional nuclear family, right? It goes beyond all of that, right? And it really is talking about how do we like actually love and build with each other and really see and uplift and model all these types of love that isn't just like your typical like oh romance and sexual love and just me and this one person, but actually that we can hold like friendships, platonic relationships, and see that as love and hold that to like also a very, very high standard. So I think about that all the time. Um, and also circling it back, you all know, because again, we're here talking about the big share. This is also why, right, we do the work that we do. Um, at Freedom Inc., right? And this is also why we need you to like help us today by donating, by becoming a fundraising champion, especially during this hour, from 10 to 11, during the power hour, right? Because we are talking about not just queerness, right, and LGBTQ people, but we're talking about like what does it actually mean to like live a queer justice and queer politic life, right? So that we're not right the LGBTQ stuff, right? All of that is not just an afterthought, but that we're actually centering and uplifting queer identities and experience in life, right? And really pushing forth with that and through that, right? And making sure that we're building out our spaces and our services around all of that, right? And that is again why we have our queer wellness grant. This is why we have our mutual aid, along with that, our love closet that we've been building out, so that people can actually like come and shop in dignity, um, and be respected and find items that are actually right for them, and not have to be followed, not have to be policed around like what items they should be getting and not getting, right? This is also why we have our culturally specific groups so that people can come and learn together and build family, and also really think about and strategize around like how they want the world to be, and really getting those resources to make that happen, right? um, so I think about that around just even around um, our fight around like Kenya Gatson, even our fight around the people's budget, and even our fight around police-free schools and the ending of deportation. Which Caleb, I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit more about the Kenya Gatson campaign and how folks can support around that.
Yeah, so um, just a reminder, folks, it is power hour to donate. It's 10:34. We still have around 25, 26 minutes. A little bit about the Carnera campaign. So Freedom Inc. is working around a campaign. Sorry, we're working on a campaign, the Free Carnera campaign. It's um, a sorry. Kanyera Gatson is a black queer woman who was convicted of um, killing a person, but they were defending themselves, right? They were being harassed by this person for years, right? It's not like the first encounter, and in that moment, they needed to defend themselves, right? And they're a queer person defending themselves, and they were being terrorized for years. They've been shot at, called really homophobic slurs, and Freedom Inc. is working because we believe that like survivors should not be punished, and so we're working with her on a campaign to make sure that she gets out. She's currently in jail right now and waiting for her sentencing. And we're hoping that she gets time served, meaning, she already did 2 years in the Dane County jail and 2 years on probation. And we're hoping she could get time served, right? Because survivors should not be punished. And this is just not one case, right? This is something that actually happens nationally where a lot of LGBTQ folks are criminalized for defending themselves, right? And they're locked up. Kai Peterson, for example, he's a trans man and he got hit. And when he woke up, he was being raped, right? And he ended up killing his murdered. And, he got criminalized for that. Crystal Kaiser in Waukesha, she killed the person who was pimping her out, and she got criminalized for that. And the list just goes on, right? Like folks should not survive and then be punished. Um, and right now, we're just really um, raising funds for the campaign and just supporting them and writing them letters. And also, like, it's bringing it back to the big share. It's really, really important why you donate to us so that we can continue our direct services and making sure that LGBTQ folks are getting the resources they need, right? Like, yeah.
What are some of the services, Caleb? I know you shared earlier, but for folks, right, if you're still, if you just hopped on, or if you're like, yeah, what do you all do? What are these services? Caleb, can you share a little bit more of like, what are these things that we can support folks on?
Yeah, so we are a domestic violence agency. So we provide domestic violence and sexual assault advocacy for folks, and we specialize in working within the Black and Hmong and LGBTQ communities. Um, we provide one-on-one mentoring. Um, we have programming. So we do have a queer Southeast Asian program, but we also have like multiple programs for different identities. We have a Hmong women's, Black women's programming, and our youth programming. Um, Other services may look like if you want to get a name change, we can help you navigate through that. Possibly help with some funding because it does cost money to change a name. If you are looking for HRT or have questions around it, how do I even get started? Like any questions around hormone therapy, like we can talk about it. And if I don't have all the answers, I'll find somebody who does, right? Guiding folks to the resources they need. I might need a letter for surgery, transitional surgery. Okay, I can help you. This therapist might be able to do that. And if you need some time that costs money to actually get those things, then we can help with that too. Um, going back to the Love Closet because I'm really excited for this. We offer now a Love Closet, which is probably one of my favorite services. Um, Me being transgender, it's really hard to access things that I need. For example, before top surgery, binders, right? Chest binders are really expensive. We have chest binders in our Love Closet. Packing underwears are really expensive. We have packing underwear. We have bags that can hold your needles and, if you need something to help carry your shots, your testosterone shots, right? Your HRT. We have period underwears. I believe we have. I mean, what do we have in our inventory, Zhang? I know you.
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I can't remember off the top of my head, and then you all, like right in front of me, behind my laptop, there are all the boxes of everything that we have. But we have every like a lot of things, and we're hoping to continue to build it out. We're hoping to really build it out with the community, right? This is just the beginning. We really actually want to have the community be involved and like thinking and helping us brainstorm like, yeah, what should be in this closet? How do we make sure that this closet is QT specific, right? And not only QT specific, but that we're actually having our QT community members being a part of building and putting this together and leading this love closet, right? Because again, this should be by the community for the community. and that right now Freedom Inc. is just helping to get it up and started with some of the resources, but that it should really be led by our community members, um, and really helping us identify what are other items we need, right? But we have, again, like makeup wipes, we have the containers, the little red hazard containers where you can safely dispose of your needles, right? um, we have, oh gosh, I don't even know. We also have just also like jackets, right, for folks if you just need jackets too. We also have some very like, and these items that I'm currently naming are all brand new items, right? Because again, we believe that our folks are also deserving of new items, and not just like gently used items, but also new items, right? So all the items that we've already named are new items, and then we have some very gently used, because again, we're not just accepting any type of donation to this love closet. But so we have some very gently used suits, right, and clothing. Um, and so if you are like interested in this love closet and want to be part of it, again, donate, 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 as well as reach out to Caleb and me. Our email is in the chat, and you can reach out to us if you're interested in helping us brainstorm around this closet, helping to donate even more to this closet, right? Or you just have questions about this closet.
Yeah. And if you're watching us right now, if you have any suggestions for the Love Closet, please comment below your suggestions. And also, if you're just joining us, today is a big share, and Zhang and I are here 10 to 11 to remind folks to donate during this Power Hour. We've been talking about our services, our Love Closet, and on the side, we've been talking about films, LGBTQ films. So we talked about a little bit about Euphoria, sort of, on HBO, and we talked about Bohemian Rhapsody. Um, I'm not. Have you seen Jean? Have you seen Rafiki?
No.
So this is a film, a black film, right? It's it's about a romance between two women during the in Kenya during the political climate around LGBTQ rights.
Mm.
But I don't know. You got to watch it. I won't talk about it. You have to watch it. It's good.
Okay. Okay, I'll watch. Where do I go watch it?
I don't know.
What? Okay. All right. I'll get the name from you later, and then I'll go find it. And then other folks who you are on, if you have show recommendations, offer it up, please. Offer it up.
Or comment what you thought about Euphoria season 2 ending if you watched it, or just the
Yo,
series in general.
can I just say I try really hard to do like a Euphoria glitter makeup look. You can't really see. I'm gonna just blame it on the camera that you can't see it. But yo, it was really hard. Shona, what did you think about Euphoria? Did you like the season finale? Hmm, yeah. But Caleb, let's see your outfit. Tell us what you're wearing.
Um, I'm wearing mon clothes. Just myself, which is my necklace with the birds on it. I think this is like my favorite part of the necklace, and my hand stitch bags. They're money bags. This is kapandatia. It takes um, you have to be really skilled to make it. It's it takes a long time to make it, and I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm wearing.
Yeah. And the reason, y'all, why I'm telling Caleb to share about the bone clothes and why we're wearing it is because, again, as QT folks, we believe that we're deserving, right? QT folks are deserving of being in spaces, of looking fabulous, right, and being extravagant and going out and living out loud, right, and just moving in our spaces and our bodies freely without being policed, right, without being harassed. And part of that, right, with Freedom Inc. and our Love Closet, part of our love closet that we're also dreaming of is actually having moon clothes, right? Hmong clothes is such a significant thing in our community, right? That actually our parents from a very young age already starts to collect Hmong clothes for us for the day that we get married and send us off with a suitcase full of clothes, right? And a very specific outfit for when it is time for us to transition into the afterlife. And the sad thing is that many QT folks will never receive this suitcase full of Hmong clothes, right? And so part of like our cultural organizing, our cultural Hmong QT organizing work and services is that actually we want to provide that. We want our folks, right? Our QT Hmong folks to have Hmong clothes. We want them to be able to have Hmong clothes that they want to be in, right? And not have it be defined by their gender or by their parents or anything like that. So part of again our love clauses also trying to figure that out, those pieces out. How do we actually provide like these Hmong clauses? How do we co-create with our Hmong LGBTQ community members on like creating and providing these traditional clothing and jewelry to our folks so that we can celebrate our Hmong New Year's, so we can celebrate ourselves and our cultural identity, right? And celebrate any big life marker, right? Life event and in the clothes that we want to be in. So I'm really excited about that. And again, this is why we are out here today dressed in our fabulous clothes. Yes. And I know specifically for Caleb, right? Like what the money bags that Caleb's wearing was specifically made for him, right? And so we really want those special, beautiful pieces that are meaningful to be offered to our folks. And again, we need that support from you all by donating today and becoming a fundraising champion.
Yeah. Um, Folks who are joining us now, we are trying to fundraise for Big Cheer. It is Power Hour. We have 13 minutes left of our live. And while you're here, please donate. And since we have a little bit of time left and Jean was talking about clothes, Hmong clothes, let's talk about Hmong clothes. I love Hmong clothes and the resiliency behind our clothes and what the meanings. So, I mean, you want to give a little bit of history? Um, so this is a sao. Zhong has one too. Hmong people wear silver around their neck. I know a lot of people like gold, but silver is Hmong people's thing. Silver is like our gold, right? Um, and we wear this is called a sao. Literally means to lock. And when I say our clothes show our resiliency, it really does. So when Hmong people were lived in China, we were sold as slaves by the Chinese, and they would literally lock us in silver, and that's why our necklace called Sao literally means to lock, right? And we wear this for resiliency. And now, like, actually, if the more silver you have on, the more, like people want to flaunt the silver. It means you're more prosperous. I don't know. Yeah, and our stitching, Bandao. I don't know, Jean. You have some on your. You could tell.
No, because mine is all the beaded work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think I have any. Yeah, this is all beaded work.
Okay. I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you're asking about the fundao, if I had any on me. But basically, also with the fundao, and I'm gonna say to you all, if you're Hmong and you're watching this, you're probably like, dude, why she say it like that? I know my tones are off. I can't say the word. But basically, the direct translation is like flower cloth. And you probably see it a lot on Hmong people's clothes. And again, and that's like passed down from like years and years and centuries and generations, specifically starting from when majority of the Hmong folks were in China before the Great Migration down to Southeast Asia, when again the Hmong folks were being persecuted by the Chinese and being forced to assimilate. So many of the Hmong folks actually went into writing our language and our letters into our clothing by hiding it through the pandao. Um, so I know even now, like many folks, you can look up and decipher what each of those symbols mean, right? But also, many of our folks don't know and can't read that because of just the years of assimilation and persecution. By China and like the Great Migration down to Southeast Asia to really survive. Yeah.
And coins, French coins for when the French colonized, when the French colonized us, um, and it didn't work. But our coins are French coins.
Mm-hmm.
Everything we wear reflects our resiliency. And depending on where in Asia you go, there are just different ethnic group of Hmong folks, right? Like you'll go places where people wrap themselves, they do head wraps, but their head wraps are hair, and it's like generational passed down hair from their ancestors. So they're wearing their ancestors' hair on, as a head wrap. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it is 10:51. We have 9 minutes left. You have 9 minutes to donate during this power hour. I hope you guys enjoyed our live and just talking. Um, I I don't see who's live or who's commenting, so I just feel like I'm talking to myself. But it's okay.
I do want to say thank you to the folks who were able to donate this hour. Um, if you weren't able to donate this hour and you still want to donate later, always come back to these links, save these links. Right, we are accepting donations all throughout today. Share our pages as well as become a fundraising champion. Right, you can go to Freedom X Big Share fundraising. Sorry, you can go to Freedom Inc.'s fundraising page, big share page, and you just, instead of clicking the donate button, you click the fundraise button, and then you can create a page and host a fundraiser for Freedom Inc. and let your friends and networks know why you're fundraising for Freedom Inc. and why they should donate. So make sure you do that.
And tune in all day because we will have other departments here going live. I think the next one should be a fun one too, right? Admin team.
Is
They're
is
going
the
live.
next one admin? Let me check.
I don't know, but they're doing.
I think it is admin. Yeah, can you tell folks what the admin team is gonna do? Or from what the admin team told us. Let me
I
tell
think
you
they're
all,
doing
our
spring roll
admin
roulette.
team is amazing, and they're very secretive right now because they've been careful to not tell the rest of the organization what they have planned.
I think they said spring roll roulette. I don't know
Oh,
what that is, but I watched people play mochi roulette where they like put random ingredients inside of mochis and they'll eat it.
okay. So admin team is going to be live from 1 to 2. So um tune in during that time. Yeah, they did have like a spring roll roulette. I'm like, what do y'all mean a spring roll roulette? What y'all put in the spring roll? They should they should have had us put stuff in the spring roll. How the admin team gonna plan out their own spring roll roulette? Let us do it so you all don't know what's in there.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, so admin team will be going live. They also have their own fundraising page, but again, you all can still donate to our page during the time that they're live, right? Or even throughout the whole entire day. Like, make sure y'all donate to our page because we woke up early and showed our fabulous face and outfits to you all, you know? And if you again support queer and trans justice, donate to our pages.
Yeah, and comment if you like my outfit or Jean's outfit more. I'm just kidding.
What?
You remember you said there's a competition.
Oh yes.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, Say said that she loved our outfits.
Okay.
Yeah. All
5 minutes,
right.
y'all.
We'll
We're
let
gonna
you.
we're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
head out, but y'all got 5 minutes. 5 minutes to donate during power hour.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you all. Donate, donate.